My name is Insiyah Rangwala. I'm currently a postgraduate student at Regent's University London, studying data science in business. My program has given me opportunities to study things I didn't think I would get the chance to study, much less that I would be so fascinated by it. One of those things is artificial intelligence. For the entirety of my academic career, and for that matter, my life, Google has been my first stop whenever I needed an answer. Whether it was something as random as which article should be used before an acronym, or asking it to explain blockchain technology to me, or something more specific and exact like explain the Turing test, Google search was the place to go. Until the last few months, where it suddenly changed to ChatGPT. Even as a self-proclaimed technophile, I was in two minds about using ChatGPT when it first launched. I can only attribute it to a hesitancy for the unknown and the new. I read the news, I read the opinion articles, I learned about the consequences of this new development, and yet I was not using it. Once I started using it, however, I was beyond interested, and my enthusiasm for AI reached new heights. I also began to learn about and understand the breathtaking possibilities and the unfortunate drawbacks. My lecturer in my machine learning class conducted a small experiment. She had a student create a list of questions and then had us ask those questions to Google search and to ChatGPT. As expected, Google gave us the means to finding out the answers by wading through numerous blogs and articles. ChatGPT gave us a cohesive paragraph we could quickly read and receive our answers upfront. That, in my eyes, is the biggest benefit of ChatGPT, that we receive our answers quickly and concisely. This has been a wonderful tool when I was searching for answers to new and previously unknown concepts to me. At the same time, as someone who enjoys searching for answers and finding out the most random of facts along the way to finding that answer, being given it on a silver platter made it feel like a bit of a drawback as well. Something I didn't realize prior to discussions in my machine learning class was the number of ways in which artificial intelligence is around us. We use it every time we use a digital device. Most of the applications on our phones use AI. Google Maps uses AI to calculate the fastest, shortest, and the least traffic logged route. Spellcheck uses AI when it recommends words or corrects words that we've mistyped. Social media algorithms calculate which posts might appeal to us. And this is just on our phones. What about the ways on which AI is on our other devices? AI allows us to track our heartbeats on our smartwatches and alerts us when we have irregular beats. It helps us diagnose issues on our laptops. And what about the ways in which AI is around us? Train systems use AI to determine the frequencies of trains over the course of the day. GPS systems in cars use AI for traffic analysis and route optimization, and even give recommendations based on previous locations visited. Despite being surrounded by and actively using these technologies every day, I didn't realize just how much the world around us is run by AI. And personally, I attribute that to movies. Because when I imagined artificial intelligence, I'd visualize Tony Stark's Jarvis, an all knowing AI that almost seems to be its own person. Or we visualize Skynet, an AI that aims to take over the world. We forget to remember that these AI are part of a fictional universe built from people's imaginations, part of their fantasies for the present and their hopes or fears for the future. But let's come back to using AI while studying. One of my recent classes had some statistical analysis concepts that I was unfamiliar with. Sitting at home with my laptop and my phone, I did what I always do when unfamiliar with a topic. I went to Google and I asked it questions. As usual, it gave me the routes to finding out the answers by giving me more links than I could possibly look through in weeks. And then I thought, why not ask ChatGPT? So I typed in the statement, explain multiple linear regression. It gave me a long paragraph as an answer. That is one example of a way in which AI helps students to understand concepts we are unfamiliar with or just being introduced to. Another application most students are familiar with is Grammarly, an online writing assistant. When we give Grammarly one or more text blocks, we are provided with a score of how Grammarly rates our writing. It also gives us tips on how to improve our writing, paying attention to grammar, syntax, spelling, and punctuation. This is done through AI. Grammarly uses AI to help writers improve the quality of their writing by providing real-time suggestions for grammar, spelling, and writing style. Developments in artificial intelligence have also led to a whole host of new education technology platforms, some of which are very popular with the current generation of students. Duolingo is one of those. It gamifies learning and makes the intimidating task of learning a new language easier, more accessible, and a lot less scary. Personally, I've used Duolingo consistently for more than a year. Is this related to my academic studies? Not necessarily, but it is part of the tasks I undertake that constitute studying regardless. A few months ago, I submitted a 3,000 word paper for a class, a paper that I worked on for weeks. Out of curiosity, I asked ChatGPT the same question. It generated an answer for me, an answer I might have used as a starting point a few months ago. But it was also very clear to me just a few lines into reading the paragraph, this would not have gotten me anywhere when it came to my actual paper. Aside from the short length, it was simply unable to provide me with critical analysis that would have even begun to touch on the question at hand. I also asked ChatGPT what the benefits of using it were for students. In quick order, ChatGPT listed out the following reasons: its ability to quickly access information, its ability to explain complex concepts, its 24/7 availability, its ability to personalize responses according to a student's preferences and needs, and its ability to translate languages. I then asked it what the drawbacks of using ChatGPT were. It listed out its limited ability to understand context, its inability to understand emotions, its lack of creativity and ability to generate original content, the risk of plagiarism, and security concerns. I will admit I expected a more detailed answer, but the list of benefits and drawbacks that the AI gave me reinforced my previous understanding of the platform. ChatGPT can be used as a learning tool, but unless a student wants to submit a very poor essay or expect to be caught out for plagiarism, it would be unwise to use ChatGPT as a shortcut during their education. That said, it's also up to universities to remain vigilant and prevent the misuse of these technologies. Since ChatGPT launched and quickly gained worldwide media attention, a number of fields put forward the question of how AI can be used in law, in medicine, in management decisions, and in education. Universities quickly put forward their policies on using ChatGPT. Some universities outright banned it, some are allowing it with certain caveats, and some universities are still deciding what their policies for student use of AI will be. I must confess, I find myself puzzled by universities that have decided to ban it entirely. How will they enforce this ban? I wonder. Does this ban only apply to ChatGPT, which is the most popular AI platform, or other AI-based platforms also going to be included? Where are these universities going to draw the line? What about Google? Not an AI in itself, but it uses machine learning and AI technologies to provide users with websites where they can find their answers. Is Google going to be banned as well? And the biggest question to me, is it fair to deny students access to these resources simply because of the complexity their existence leads to for education providers? Education and educators have always needed to keep up with current research due to the rapid pace of technological advancements. Evolving workplace demands, changing societal issues, improving student outcomes, and enhancing professional development are just a few of those reasons. Curriculum updates must also reflect social, political, and environmental issues. The rapid advancements in the field of artificial intelligence have to be reflected in current and upcoming curriculum, both as a taught subject and as a tool of study. I mentioned earlier that though ChatGPT quickly generated an answer to the question I wrote my paper on, it could not give me a satisfactory answer, and especially not one that could match a paper that was longer than 20 pages. This is because it lacks a crucial life skill that is now required in the workforce no matter the field, and that is creativity. Despite all the data and all the knowledge it can access, ChatGPT was unable to give me an answer as detailed as the one I was able to write on, simply because it lacked the creativity to understand the question in the way it needed to be understood, and to build an answer based on that question that made connections between seemingly unrelated topics. It lacked the ability to provide critical analysis, and that, I believe, is the key to education going forward, to changing the field of education to reflect current technologies while giving students the necessary skills to succeed in their academic lives and in their careers. Educators need to adapt to current developments. The education that students are receiving needs to reflect current developments. Only then will we be able to exist alongside and work with artificial intelligence. Thank you.